Our most valuable resource is our children. And if they don't grow, or if they're underdeveloped, then our country's going to be underdeveloped.
Young children need care. They need to be loved, they need to be taken care of, they need to be nurtured, they need to be fed, but they also need to be stimulated so that they can develop in every area.
And I hope that our children have a life that's filled with love and friendship and adventure and joy and good health.
As a pediatrician, it's usually fairly easy to pick out children who really have not had good stimulation early in their lives. Those children often have a difficult time relating to other people. They don't regard you as much. They don't look at you. They don't follow what you say. And they kind of don't give back the way we normally think of the give and take of most human relationships. They tend to be less engaged with the environment. They tend to be more singular and solitary, almost as if they're in a little bit of a shell.
I, as a business person, obviously am very concerned relating to developing intellectual capital. We have a very diverse workforce that's coming into play, so we have to attract the best and the brightest. Those individuals that are in kindergarten, first grade, 20 years from now, are going to be our workforce. We have to make sure that we have that intellectual capital to sustain the city's growth and prosperity.
As a business leader in this community, it's critically important, I believe, that we continue to invest more in early childhood. In Texas, we spent $365 million a year on children that get held back in years 1 through 3. If we could take that money and we could reinvest it early in the process so that children are at level and they can read, think about the return on investment of those dollars spent.
We see education as the foundation upon which all of the rest of society is built. Specifically within the realm of education, we tend to focus on early childhood development.
Well, the fastest growth of the brain occurs early in life, and so probably the most critical time for brain development is certainly before 5 years of age. It's also known that there are critical times in the growth and development, and if that stimulation doesn't occur at that point in time, then certain areas of the brain don't develop as fully as they otherwise might have.
So if we spend the money early on to make sure that our children are getting all that they should be getting emotionally, physically, intellectually, then we as a society will benefit.
There's no question return on investment is very high when invested at an early age.
It's amazing to me how often doing the right thing is also the most economically sound.
When I had children, I made it a promise that one of my parental priorities was going to be education and making sure that they're prepared for the future.
Part of our goal is to lay that foundation for young children so that they can be successful in school and in life.
Collaborative for Children and the work that they do goes beyond just finding a daycare. They believe in what they do. They make sure that the programs and the schools that they're referring you to fit an accurate description of a good school. You know how you just don't feel comfortable? And you can drop your kid off at a school and then you just, I don't feel comfortable. I'm not going to be able to do my work today. But when I dropped him off there and he had the little tears in his eyes, 5 minutes later he dried up. I knew that was the place for him.
So I've been able to see the kinds of impact that Collaborative for Children's presence can make on the development of younger children who would otherwise not have that opportunity. And so it is great to be able to watch that shining light be exposed.
The Collaborative for Children organizes our services in 3 ways. We work with families who have young children, providing them with information on parenting, information on early care and education programs, information on after-school care.
Parents usually think that, well, education belongs to the teachers, belongs to the caregivers, but they're the most important ones. They're the important piece of that puzzle.
We also have a major focus on improving the quality of early education.
Collaboratives for Children came out with consultants, and they really opened our eyes. They showed us what was going on in the real world as far as the way child development should work, what we could be doing better with children other than just housing them.
We've come in and we've first of all created an awareness that they are professionals and that their job is crucial in the development of young children.
But the things they brought to the table, it was just so much more. The materials they brought, the trainings they brought that really helped us out as far as teaching my staff all about child development, what they should do, what they should be looking at certain stages of child development. All before, we didn't look at it that way. We looked at it as we were just taking care of children.
Our last area of focus is working more broadly with the community. We know that it's going to take all of us working together, families, early education providers, as well as our business leaders, our elected officials, our teachers, our school board members, all really coming together in a way that we do the best job that we can for our young children.
We have an opportunity to make sure that we can pay into our future by providing dollars, by providing time, by providing insight to make sure that children in our community have a chance. Collaborative for Children is such a tremendous diamond in the rough that is doing so many productive, wonderful, valuable things that are really developing the foundations of so many children within this community. And I couldn't be more proud to be a part of that organization.